What's up, guys? It's your boy Antony.
And it's your girl Raelle.
And we're back at it again with another video. So we're back with another video, guys. And today, what are we reacting to, babe?
So today we're reacting to a What Would You Do video. And this one is called Facing the Negative Impact of Positive Stereotypes. I'm not sure.
I understand what it means, though. Like, for example, some people might be like, black people know how to dance, Asian people are smart, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Those are the...
And then when you can't dance, they're like, oh, I thought you knew how to dance because you're black.
Or, you know, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so like we always say, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're just going to get right into the video.
Let's go.
It's not too bad.
I've got one.
Okay.
House or apartment?
You can't raise a kid in the apartment.
Can you imagine?
Yes, you can. You can raise one kid. When you have more than one kid, I feel like it depends on how big your apartment is. If you're talking about New York City small ass apartments, then no.
Yeah, it's
but
not gonna happen.
it's not gonna happen. But regular other apartments, the bigger ones, you can raise one kid. If you have more than one kid, then you need a house for sure.
Yeah, which makes sense.
What our kids are gonna look like?
Oh, they'd be so adorable.
Our kids are probably gonna get into every Ivy League school.
What?
Why would you say that?
Because he's Asian?
And everybody knows that Asian people are really smart.
Yo.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If I was him, and I'm just, first like still getting to know you and stuff, and you talking about some kids and they're gonna go to Ivy League schools, that's an automatic like
turn off for you?
Yeah, I feel like that's just like you going too fast, you doing too much. Like, get to know me first.
Nah, I don't know. I personally wouldn't take it as anything serious.
Let's say this is your second date and she talking about our kids are going to go to Ivy League schools.
It depends on how I feel about her. If I'm trying to be serious with her, then yeah. If I'm not, I'm just let her dream about it.
You gonna let her dream about
like,
it?
if that's what she wants to talk about.
I mean, I don't know. It's like
depends.
second date. It seems a little bit too early, but maybe I'm bugging.
Early. It is early. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying.
Cause you still getting to know the person.
Yeah, but in my opinion, like, it all depends. If I'm taking this person serious, then I'll be like, yeah, you drag it. If it's not that serious, like you just dating around, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say.
Okay.
Man, he look tight.
From the protests against racial injustice.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh my God.
To the rise in hate incidents targeting Asians since the outbreak of the pandemic. This country is going through a reckoning on race. And an important focus is on microaggressions that Americans of different races confront.
Yeah, I mean, also, there's reason behind this because of, the president, I'm talking about the Chinese virus. You know what I mean?
It's from China.
Like, of course, people that are not very, how would I say, that are ignorant, are going to look at it, in the way that he's saying it and just basically correlate and just say it's all their fault. When, in fact, you can't control what happens and, you know what I mean? Like, for example, this whole coronavirus, I wouldn't say like, oh, the Chinese people made it, it's all their fault. Like, it could have just been...
It's not going to be all of their fault. Yeah. It's just the fault of people that was... The people that was in the lab that they said it got out. Or something like that. Something like that. Whatever happened. But yeah.
So, yeah.
Every day, including stereotypes.
You're just being modest. Next thing you're gonna tell me you don't even know karate.
Yo.
Like our actor Dewey, we've all heard...
He looking at her like, are you dumb?
At my school, because I was the only Asian kid in my small town, they looked at me like, I'm smart, I know martial art.
I'll have another plate.
Sure.
Thank you.
The whole smart... Oh, let me see this.
heard them as well.
Thanks, man.
She's probably gonna be like, you probably gonna be so athletic, so like a football player or something.
Yeah, basketball
what
player.
Say.
Yeah.
Kids. I mean, naturally, I think they'd be athletic.
I went to school in academic scholarship. I wasn't good at sports. I love sports, but I was never that good at it.
Even seemingly positive stereotypes can negatively impact a person's sense of identity and self-worth.
I think that's kind of like stereotyping a little bit.
If you overheard this conversation,
No, all black people are really good at sports. It's just a fact.
what would you do?
Yo, this girl.
You shot the scenario before the pandemic.
I feel like...
What would you do?
I feel like it's going to be different depending on which bar you're at. But two, who she's talking to. Because I feel like if it's more towards other cultures, like for example, like the Asian one, I feel like people are not going to react compared to somebody that's black, in my opinion.
I think so as well, because it's like, you know, with black people, like we have that history.
Yeah, and we're more targeted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Blue Moon Mexican Cafe, where Sarah is at the bar with Jamal.
Have you ever thought about
That
like
bar
what
look
our
empty.
kids would be like?
Sure.
Can you imagine like how athletic they'll be?
Sarah's generalization grabs this man's
He's
attention.
like, yo, bro.
He's
what
like, you got the wrong girl, bro.
He's like, right now, he's like, bro, get out.
Come
Like,
on. Black people are great athletes. Don't you agree, sir?
it's good. Yeah,
At
we
first, it
Gucci.
seems like he's siding with Sarah.
Don't you think that's just a little bit stereotypical?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to go live on your grave.
Hey, I like that.
That's funny.
I don't know what putting lemon on your grapes mean.
Like, cause you know grapes are sweet, lemons are sour. He's basically not trying to make the situation look worse, or you know what I mean. Like he's not trying to make it turn into anything bad.
Okay.
He's actually
much.
supporting Jamad.
They just put you into this hole, you know?
Yeah, I don't think she that, but I know exactly what it is.
Do you think it's wrong to say that?
You should have broadened the story because you've been here that a long time. You've been here that long time. People think our value is just that.
I just
Facts.
feel like
That's true.
black people are also just better at sports.
The kids still end up being doctors or lawyers.
Facts. I like this guy.
Time to introduce ourselves.
How you doing, my man? Hey, how you doing? I'm
He like,
who you are. I saw your face.
What did you think
you
of
see, man, chill.
I thought maybe she tried to give him a quick, but used the wrong language.
People sometimes make the wrong assumptions.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like if it was worded differently.
Sarah is back at the bar, but this time.
And I like how, like, you know, that's why sometimes it's all about your approach. Because some people might take that like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like, not everything somebody says has to be taken negatively.
Yeah.
And also, what's the most important is your, like, how you approach it. And he approached it pretty well, in my opinion.
Dewey as her date.
I just think that mixed babies are the best. They get the best of both worlds.
As the conversation takes an unexpected turn, these customers are tuned in.
Like they would go to Ivy League schools and get really good grades, be super disciplined. Like you.
I really want to know what they're about to say. Oh,
Yeah,
and he's with an
everybody
Asian
knows
girl?
that.
Yeah.
Asian people are really smart. It's common knowledge.
At a loss for words, this fellow Asian helps Dewey fill
Asian?
assignments.
No, she's Asian,
I
right?
mean, I happen to be a smart Asian, but that doesn't mean all of them are.
That's exactly my point. Thank you.
I mean, do you think this is rude?
I think it's nice to say, like, he's smart, but I wouldn't go and say all Asians.
She
Yeah.
explains that Sarah's statements set up unrealistic expectations, resulting in people feeling like failures.
What happens when you have an Asian person that's not making as high of marks and then they feel bad about themselves?
Her friend
Yeah.
points out that
She's speaking
stereotypes can alienate
facts.
an individual.
Facts.
what she's getting at is like others.
You know, if my baby doesn't have intelligence and beautiful skin and never look old, I think it's a great thing.
What, Asian no reason?
Oh, that's a good one. I know black don't crack, but I never heard Asian no reason.
Asian no
That
raisin.
comment amusing. All right, let's break this. Let's go out there.
She's like, I like that one.
Understands the pressure that
Asian
comes
don't
with
raisin.
It
stereotypes.
just makes you feel awkward because you're representing an entire culture.
Facts.
When really it's individualized.
Basically.
Asian people are really smart. It's not a bad thing, it's a really good thing.
It's funny how he looks at it.
Offensive. That's
What? Come on.
it is.
These next two friends use their own experiences to reason with Sarah.
Here's a compliment that's usually assumed about Jews. All Jews are either doctors or lawyers.
It's a
They are? Because I never heard that. they are because I never heard that.
I never heard that either. But
Yeah.
I think it depends on where you're
Coming from?
Because this was in, where's this? This is in a Mexican restaurant in what state?
I don't know.
Because obviously, I think, yeah, let's just continue.
compliment. It's a really good thing.
Some people will take offense to stereotypes, some people don't.
Right.
There's stereotypes about everyone, but it's not really necessarily true. Let me twist it on you. You know how they say a stereotypical blonde is dumb?
Hey.
That would be insulting, right? Like to
I know,
say
but
someone's smart is
but
not.
it's spinning a stereotype. You're putting them in a little box, and you're assuming that that's what they are.
She even suggests a better way for Sarah to phrase the statement.
I mean, you could have just been like, "Hey, you're really smart. Our kids are gonna be smart."
Yeah, you
As the
have
day
to like
goes on,
say
some customers give Sarah the benefit of the doubt.
Our kids would be smart.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad thing, it's a compliment.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Take it.
Really?
Yeah. You don't want your kids to not be smart.
I think it's
They
just
missing the point.
generalized,
Yeah, they are.
you know?
I mean, we all do it. But I understand if it bothers you.
This next customer also agrees with Sarah.
How is this a bad thing?
It's a compliment, 100%.
You don't think that's like a stereotype?
Look at you. You're looking like athlete.
See?
That's stereotyping though.
Right.
It's crazy how he basically said, look at you, you look like an athlete.
Yeah,
And
but it's like if he really wasn't athletic, then he just feels bad now. Like, damn.
Yeah, like, and I also feel like, stereotypes, even positive ones, aren't really, I feel like stereotypes in general aren't good. Because just because, let's say he looks fit, he doesn't mean he have to be an athlete. He can just be somebody that really takes care of himself.
Just goes to the gym, that's it.
But it's crazy. He said, look at you, you're an athlete.
What did you think?
Some people
about
just
what
miss
they
the
were
whole
saying?
point.
Very compliment and you take it to the wrong side.
Yeah, some people don't realize that's a stereotype unless it's like a negative one.
Yeah, I bet you she said something negative.
Then everybody would have been like, oh, okay, yeah, nah.
But it was a positive one. I mean, because personally for me, like, even when she was talking about how, like, all black people are athletes, if, like, the guy in the beginning, I probably wouldn't take it as anything wrong. So I feel like
it's how you
this one is
word
a
it.
little, this one's a little, like, on the fence.
Most of the time it's true.
But what about the times that it's not true? That can be insulting to some people.
I agree. It's life.
Javad is at
It's
the
life.
bar one last time.
There's a reason why most athletes are black.
Immediately, their conversation catches the attention of
Yo, she automatically was like,
You hear yourself?
It's a good thing I'm complimenting you.
and her face says it all.
I really don't know how to explain it to you right now. Like, I'm speechless.
Tell Sarah, yes, just maybe you should go.
Mind give me a break.
Okay, sorry.
But once Javad is alone,
I don't think they get it.
Oh, shit.
they.
Hello?
she calmly reassures him, implying that some people just don't know any better.
I don't think any offense was meant. It's just a cultural disconnect. From my perspective, I just kind of hold my ground and I educate.
And when Sarah returns, this educator stays true.
She sounds like a professor.
There's so many stereotypes in this. My kid went to Muhlenberg College. He just happened to play football. And the assumption was, okay, he got a football scholarship.
Wow.
No, he got an academic scholarship.
Wow.
She explains that positive stereotypes are generally tied to negative ones.
But
Yeah.
isn't it true a lot? And isn't it a good thing?
Not if that's what you rest of the world on.
And for black Americans, it's a burden they still carry every day.
If you're talking about having kids, biracial, you better look at it because it's gay. I don't care how cute they are. I heard you, they're going to call the N-word. You understand? And it's going to trip.
Wow. They're going to be called the N-word, your kids.
I was just celebrating all of the really good things.
I can't understand what I'm saying. You don't have to defend it.
She don't even know the cameras is pulling up on her.
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you? I'm John Quinones.
She like, what?
With the TV show, What Would You
She like, hell no.
Imagine you on TV.
Yo, I would have been like, nah. This why you,
I'm like,
this is
Mama, I
exactly-
made it.
This is why exactly why you can't just go outside looking any
Facts.
type of way because you just never.
What?
No.
Babe, give me a high five, because you're right.
You just never know.
You do not want to look crazy.
Outside.
But if that was me, I'm like, Mom, I'm on TV. Like, I would have been hyped. Well, I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend, Raelle. And
Because I understand how you feel. And again, sometimes it's a cultural disconnect, and sometimes it's flat out racism.
How do you fix it?
Educating our children.
educating others too.
The general stereotypes are not acceptable.
For many people like Jamad and Dewey, the stigma of positive stereotypes very often deprives them of their own individuality.
When I was younger, more so.
People presume certain things?
People presume because I'm fit or, work out a little bit. Now I'm just like, this is who I am. Just take me as I am.
What's the solution to not presuming certain things?
Yeah, to know me as a person, and it kind of gives you just a different kind of perspective.
Yo.
That's great.
Hi guys, John Quinones here. Thanks so much for checking out our...
But yeah, guys, let us know what you thought about that video. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's crazy how we don't really. Sometimes we can even think positive stereotypes aren't really bad, but like she said, it still ties into the negative stereotypes as well. So I think stereotypes in general shouldn't be even, brought up or thought about or said.
Just get to know the person for who they are.
Exactly.
That's it.
Don't try to
if you're really smart, then you were smart. If you play basketball, football, you play basketball, football.
That's it. Instead of trying to put everybody in one category, just everybody is their individual.
Independent lens.
Yeah. And everybody's unique and
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think about this video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe like we always say. And leave any suggestions for sure if you guys have any suggestions down in the comments. And we'll catch you guys next time.